Hello, a little bit unusual past recording me here, but I let you welcome to the episode 2 of Honkai Impact 3rd Part 2 Chapter 1 story. And I kinda was here making a long recap, which I will do shorter next time, but essentially we were trapped in a potential well, like in a quantum space, and then we broke through with the help of probably, I don't know if it's help of a dog or not, but that's definitely how we ended up being in another place where we meet a blonde girl with some pretty overpowered powers that defeated all the shadows. And then we hear Senna's voice and we just start from there on. At least we hear Senna is in our vicinity.
也只能碰碰运气了。星之环，
Astral ring, right? Looks like I run out of luck. Since you're sent by another me, then be good.
送一个到我前面来吧。
Anyone will do.
随便哪个。
Anyone? Okay, so Senna was about to use the astral ring, which was sent by herself. By the way, this Senna does not remember what happened.
你现在也只有一个协同者吧？
But you have one astral orb right now. And it's us.
寻梦者，
Oh, you really came.
哇，难道
The astral ring can serve this function as well?
别想多了，纯属
Of course not. It's merely a coincidence.
什么嘛？你这里可是
Ah, you're so terribly unromantic. So terribly unromantic.
总算是清理干净了。
Comments like this, so terribly unromantic and stuff, do fill me even more thinking about like giving me Elysia vibes. Finally, I'll cleared up.
寻梦者，你还好吧？
Entropy, are you alright?
没问题。虽然之前的确遇到了一点危险，但运气不错，被素不相识的人救了一命。
I'm all good. Things did get a little hairy back there, but I got lucky and was saved by a total stranger.
素不相识的人，
Total stranger?
好像也和这些怪物一样，擅长在影子里活动。那人搭救了我一手，然后就凭空消失了。
Like these monsters, she was adept at moving in the shadow. She saved my life and then vanished into thin air.
听起来倒更像是我的同类呢。不过这么说来，
Sounds more like my kind. Speaking of which,
掉进这里之后，你也没遇到克拉丽他们。
you haven't come across Coralie and the others since you fell into this place, haven't you?
没有，
No, I haven't.
我也是，自从被丢到这里之后，我就没从怪物堆里出去过。还好你带来了好运气。
Me neither. I haven't ventured out of the monsters heap the entire time I'm here. It's a good thing you came here and spread some good luck around.
看来在穿过那些黑色物质的时候，我们完全被冲散了。
It seemed that when we passed through those black substances, we got completely scattered.
是啊，说起来，那到底是什么啊？我们现在又是怎么回事啊？
Yeah, So, what exactly is that? And what's going on with us now?
这地方看起来还真是够阴森呢。
This place looks really airy.
和我想象中也太不一样了。
It's so different from what I imagined.
想象，
And what do you imagine?
至少也该有些当地人吧。
I figured there would at least be some locals hanging around.
热情洋溢，列队迎接，大摆宴席。
You know, lining up to greet us, throwing a grand fanfare and sumptuous feasts.
然后发现，我们其实是什么与众不同的物种，被当成神供起来之类。
And then they realize that we are actually a unique species and end up worshipping us as gods or something? What a sus idea.
哎，等等，
Dana.
该不会你老家就是这里？
Wait, don't tell me this is your hometown. Does not look like this.
那肯定不是。
Definitely not.
哎，我就说嘛。
Thought so.
不过，这里的确给我一种很奇怪的熟悉感。
Still, this place does seem oddly familiar. Maybe because this is one of the spaces that Xanadia did a walk?
怎么说呢？感觉就像亲眼见到了爷爷奶奶口中那些已经被拆掉的房子。
It feels like I'm finally seeing those houses my grandparents used to talk about with my own eyes. Houses that have already been torn down.
大概是这种感觉吧。毕竟我也不是从妈妈肚子里生出来的。
Something like that, I suppose. After all, I wasn't born from my mother's womb.
要是这样说来，只要你的直觉没错，
If that's the case, as long as your intuition is right. The girl suddenly stopped in her tracks and looked around, checking for any strange sounds.
只要你的直觉没错，那我们暂时还算安全。毕竟是爷爷奶奶的故居嘛，不会真有什么太恐怖的东西。
As long as your intuition is right, then we are safe for the time being, right? After all, this is where your grandparents used to check up. So there shouldn't be anything too nasty in store for us.
可这只是我随口的一个比喻。严格说来，我甚至不确定这里究竟是我的另一个梦境，还是实际存在的量子空间，乃至另一个世界。
I was being metaphorical. I'm not sure if this is another one of my dreams. An actual quantum space or even another world.
嗨，既然是我在这里，那就肯定算现实吧，不然你应该见到那个我才对嘛。
Since I'm here, must be some kind of reality. Otherwise, you should have seen that other version of me.
哦，这么说来，我还挺想见他一面的。希望以后真的有机会吧。
To think of it, I really want to meet her. Hopefully, there will be a chance in future. I'm also wanna know what happened.
我也还有很多问题想问他。
I have got plenty of questions I would like to ask her myself.
哦，对了，你之前的那个通信器呢？还是没反应吗？
Oh, right. What about your communicator from earlier? Still no response?
没，
Nah.
原来如此，原来如此。看来只有这个办法了。
I see. Yeah. Looks like that's the only way, huh?
我们自己去找赫利亚和克拉丽呗。
Let's go find Haley and Coralie ourselves.
人生地不熟的时候，当然要先找到自己人，抱团在一起嘛。哦对，还有你刚才说的那个救你一命的神秘人，之后遇见了，我们还得好好谢谢人家呢。
When you are in unfamiliar territory, it's always best to find your own people and stick together. Alright, if we ever cross paths with that mysterious person who saved you, we will have to thank her properly.
这倒是没错。
You're right.
嘿嘿，看来英雄所见略同。
Great minds think alike.
事不宜迟，我刚才可都是看好了，这附近只有一条路通向外面，走那边准没错。
There's no time to waste. I scoped it out earlier, and there's only one road nearby that leads outside. That's the move. Nika. Chests. Okay.
大家要跟上啊！
Crystals. Or some energy core. Okay, I need find energy cores to collect chests.
多多益善，
What?
大家要跟上啊！
This is unusual. Oh, and we unlock the map similar to Genshin.
话说回来，那条狗呢？
By the
把
way,
我们拖到这里
what
来，
about that
就再不
dog?
见踪影
It
了。
brought us here and
到
then
这边以
vanished.
后，他看了我一眼就
When we
跑了。
arrived, it gave me a short glance and then took
不
off.
过，从他打开
But
利器
judging
时的
from
表
its
现来看，
behavior, when
说不
it
定
opened that
就算我们破门而入。
rift, it would say this coming.
那还不是因为他先动的手。
That's only because it made the first move. Yeah, the dog looked actually like it needed some help. Like,
开箱寻宝，多多益善。
didn't look very crystals. Oh my
藏
god,
起
the
来了。闪电就位。
刚才也是这样。
was it the same just now?
是啊，只要运气不好，就总是没完没了的出来。
Yeah, with our bum luck, there's always something coming our way.
要不咱们试试直接跑？
How about we try running away this time?
哎呀，今天这是怎么了？
Oh, good grief. What is the deal with today? This is a blonde girl, oh? Maybe?
距离上
Oh,
一次
yes.
外乡人的到访，
Ooh.
得足足有100年了吧？让我想想，
Been a good 100 years since we last had a visitor from an outside. Let me think.
该说是时来运转，还是在劫难逃？
Oof. Is this a change for the better or a deferral of doom? Does she remember us?
是他。
It's her.
什么？你认识？
What? You know her?
哦，就是他之前救了你一命。
Oh wait, this is the one who saved you before.
这些怪物对他来说，想必不是什么难题。
Yeah, those monsters are probably small potatoes for her. She did put a big show back then. And she is about to go away. Look how fast!
那个，你的这位救命恩人好像在往后退呀。
The savior of yours seems to be stepping back. Look, she's running
而且越退越远了。
and getting farther away.
也可能是某种特殊的战斗准备。
Maybe it's a special battle tactic? Opium?
别愣着了呀，再不跑可来不及了！赶紧
Hey, stop standing here! Run right now!
接下来赶紧啦，这个日子特殊，
Stay
他们也
close.
比平时
Today is a special day, and these creatures are more troublesome than usual. Don't let them catch up.
可是你不应该一抬手
Be able
就
to
能把
wipe
他们全数消灭。
them all out with a flick of your wrist.
那得是多少年前的事儿啊！你平
That
常
was
是
a
不是有
long
那
time
种
ago.
容易白
Do
日
you
做梦
normally
的体
have a
质？
tendency to daydream?
要是限定今天，
Well, if you
还真
limit
无法反
it
驳。
to today, I can't really argue with that. Huh?
大家要跟上啊！希纳迪亚正在接近目标。
Run! Run! Okay, since we like safe.
好啦好啦，到这里就没问题啦。
Alright, we are safe here.
没想到你们跑起来大气也不喘几下，体力蛮不错的嘛。廊丘的路可是越来越难走了，连我自己都很犯难呢。
To be honest, we actually used all our yo-yos. You run all that way without breaking a sweat. Your stamina is admirable. The road at Langqi are getting tougher to walk. Even I have a hard time. This is the main place, isn't like our main city?
大吉大利，大吉大利！我可要好好喘口气了。
Fortune favors me. Just let me catch up my breath.
喘气归喘气，可你到底是谁啊？
Okay, you do that. But who exactly are you?
啊？哦，看样子你们还摸不着头脑呀。也对，咱刚才来不及自报家门嘛。
Oh, it appears that you are still clueless. Right, I didn't have time to introduce myself earlier.
别人都叫我松雀，家嘛就住在附近的琥珀街。
People call me Sangqi. I live nearby on Amber Street. Why are we not so excited?
你别盯着我不说话呀，怪瘆人的。
Could you say something? You're starting to weird me out.
嗨，别多心，这人今天也不知道怎么了，总是要在梦里先见一遍自己之后遇到的人。
Don't overthink it. I wonder what happened to her today. Seeing people in dreams before actually meeting them. Does it interpreted that we actually can see into the future?
当时看到我的时候，他也这副样子。
When she saw me, she had the same reaction. But even so, it does feel like actual real, and the monsters disappeared like oh. Entropy recounted the past events which had transpired.
朝云不归山，淋雨成川泽。胡白足欲东，烟念无一客。世界还真是奇妙呢。
The morning clouds did not return to the mountains, leading to days of torrential rain that flooded the land. The fog's white pour is enough to ward off the cold, but what of those without clothes? How would they endure the harsh winter? The words is truly marvelous.
实不相瞒，那是我100多年前从古书里找来的判词。打从不和外人打交道之后，咱也就没再说过。
Okay, we actually have the past? What's going on here? To be honest, that's a line I found in an ancient book over 100 years ago. I haven't mentioned in since I stopped interacting with outsiders. 100 years ago? How old are you?
不过时间的问题倒也不算什么大事，比起这个，
Time's not a major issue. Compared to that, I think we will have a lot of time stuff here.
你们一个自信满满的说自己刚刚从石头里蹦出来没多久，一个说自己做了一场梦，追着一条狗，就从繁华的大城市来到了咱这穷乡僻壤。
One of you with the utmost confidence claims to have sprung out of a rock not long ago. Meanwhile, the author proclaimed to have had a dream where she followed a dog from a bustling city to this backward place.
怎么说，两位还真是各有各的别致呢。
I must say, you two are quite special.
不过无妨，咱向来不排斥乱七八糟，毕竟就算是昨天，咱还追着。
But it is of a little importance, for we have always embraced the chaos. After all, every yesterday, we are chasing...
等等，你们说的那条狗长什么样子？有没有2条尾巴？
Wait a minute. This dog you mentioned, what did it look like? Did it have 2 tails?
这么说来，倒还真有。不过为什么要这么问？
Now that you mention it, it did actually. Why do you ask?
这
Well,
可是根本没人动过那东西才对。
but no one could have touched that thing. Looks like Langqiu knows this dog.
就算多尼格尔愿意，他也不可能做得到呀。
Dunigu. Even if Dunigu wanted to, it wouldn't be possible.
多尼戈尔，
Dunigu?
没什么，我们这边确实走丢了一只宠物。
It's nothing. We did lose a pet around here.
不过嘛，它现于人前的时候样子总是特殊些，恐怕和你们所见到的也不是一回事。
But you see, whether it manifested in front of people, it always appeared unusual to them. I'm afraid it's not the same as what you have seen.
好可疑哦。
That's rather suspicious.
哎呀，咱也是有些隐情的嘛。
Yeah, we do have some secrets around here.
话说回来，你们现在怎么打算？还是要先去找那几位失散的朋友？
Well, so what is your plan now? Are you still going to look for your missing friend?
当然啦，你不是本地人嘛，我们正好互相帮助啊。
Of course, since you are a local, maybe we can help each other out.
你瞧，我们有从梦中获得神力的人，来历不明但好像挺擅长打架的人，长着奇怪耳朵又知道很多奇怪知识的人，还有位乍一看平平无奇但相当有行动力的外星人。
We have someone who acquired godly powers from a dream. Someone who came from nowhere but fights really well. Nowhere? Is it about you? Some with strange ears who are knowledgeable in strange fields. This is Carolee, and even an extraterrestrial who may seem ordinary at first, glanced but is surprisingly active. Is it you? I don't know who she refers to.
能认识我们，你一定也很赚吧？
When you think about it, you're pretty lucky to make our acquaintance.
确认他们的安全的确是当务之急，不过在那之后，
Ensuring their safety is indeed the top priority. However, after that,
如果一切顺利，我还是想尽快回到欧夏。毕竟，从数据之海的投影来看，对那边来说，我处于失踪状态，大家想必都很担心。
if everything goes smoothly, I want to return to Oxia as soon as possible. According to the holo projection from the Sea of Data, I am considered missing over there. I'm sure everyone is worried.
帮你们找朋友倒是好说，要帮你回去，这还真就有点麻烦喽。
Helping you find your friends is doable, but helping you get back will be a bit tricky.
不是我吓唬你，这儿可从来没人能出得去，也没人能进得来。
I don't mean to scare you, but no one has ever been able to leave this place or enter it of their own volition.
这
Well,
不然以咱这活泼好动的心性，还能蹲在一个地方100年不成？这有什么好的？
you have seen how strong my yearning for adventure is. How can you expect me to sit in one place for 100 years? This place is dry as drill.
可是你刚才说没人能进
Dirt.
来，那我们又是怎么回事？
You just said no one can enter? If that's true, how did we end up here?
这个嘛，简单来说，你们能来，这的确是一种意外。但要是想解释这为什么算意外，那就有点说来话长了。
Well, I love her voice. She sounds so nice, so fancy. Your arrival here is indeed unexpected. But if we were to explain what makes it so unexpected, that would take quite some time.
反正这个地方之所以要存在，不就是为了让某些东西出不去，让另一些东西进不来吗？
Also, her outfit is like she's straight up from beach. In any case, the existence of this place is meant to keep certain things from getting out and to prevent some other things from getting in.
唉，就是你反复见过的那些黑黢黢的影子啦。只是为什么是影子，影子又为了什么？那的确门道太多，咱还是得找个安生之处，从长计议。
I mean, those dark shadows you have been encountered repeatedly. Why they were shadows and what they came from. That is also a long story. We would better find a safe place before we discuss it in details.
你一路也见到了，这附近可都是蛮荒之所。俗话说，东边不亮西边亮，磨刀也不误砍柴工。
I am sure you noticed along the way, this area is quite desolated. As the saying goes, where there's a will, there's a way. I already heard it somewhere. And spending time sharpening an axe will save time chopping wood later.
等回来咱的琥珀街，哎，我也算有点面子，肯定好好帮你们打听打听那些朋友的下落。
Once I'm back to Amber Street, I will make sure to inquire about the whereabouts of your friends.
琥珀街？
Amber Street?
算是这里唯一有人气儿的地方吧。
It's probably the only place around here with a pulse.
先去人多的地方打听，倒也合情合理。
It makes sense to start by asking around in crowded places.
看来达成一致了呢。
Seems like we have reached an agreement.
哦，对了，我还一直没做自我介绍吧？我是希娜迪亚，叫我希娜也可以。
By the way, I haven't introduced myself yet. Have I? I am Senadinia, but you can call me Sena.
我记下来。这位朋友呢？
Got it. What about you, my friend?
就叫我寻梦者好了，至少今天我认识的朋友都这么称呼我。
Just call me Entropy.
出入贵地，请多关照。
Delighted to make your acquaintance.
别，你突然客气什么呀？我可巴不得多见几位外乡人呢。
Oh, come of it. Why are you being so polite all of a sudden? I'm actually looking forward to meet more outsiders like you. She casually squatted down, staring inquisitively at a dark shadow not far away.
咱郎丘一向乏味的很，仅有的一点特产还是这一两句解释不清的影子。换个角度说，他们才是郎丘本身，也说不定。
Langqiu has always been a dreadful, dull place. The only thing we have that's out of ordinary are those inexplicable shadows. Then again, if you look at it from another perspective, maybe they are actually Langqiu itself?
郎丘，影子。
Langqiu? Shadows?
这么说来，我是不
Does
是
that mean?
好啦，你也别瞎琢磨。针对这些影子好奇，我带你稍微绕个路，长长见识便是。他们虽然来历复杂，也还是有相对单纯的一面。
Alright, don't overthink it. If you are really curious about these shadows, I will take you on a little detour to broaden your horizon. Despite their complicated origin, they are relatively simple in other ways.
走起，走起！
Let's get going.
哎，
Huh? The girl tried to stand up, but instantly swayed precautiously for seconds before returning to her previous position, broadly frustrated.
怎么了？
What is it?
抱
We
歉
have，like,
咱这腿好像
sorry,
太
my
麻了，
legs fell
能
asleep.
不能扶我一把
Can you
呢？
help me out? Oh my god. Yeah, I thought
真是
like
怪
back pain.
事我还能上年纪不成？
How strange. Am I getting old? We all getting old. We all must try our best to age gracefully. We should reduce our seafood. Maybe take some precautious. Okay, we should
也
do
别
our
这么
best.
说嘛，谁还没有点意外呢？嘿嘿，出发出发！
I don't think it's quite time for all that yet. Accidents happen from time to time. Anyway, 出发出发。
说起来可能有点
Let's
难
go,
以
let's
置
go.
信。
Speaking of which,
在那大崩坏之前，
might
咱这郎
be
丘
hard to
可是
believe,
世界
but
上
before
数
the
一数
Great
二的大
Eruption,
城市呢。
Langqiu was one of the biggest
可不像
cities in the
现在。
world. Now,
只
Amber
剩一
Street
条
is
还
all
拿
that
着封锁的
remains,
琥珀街，
and it's the
所
only
以
place
影子
where you can
就
find
是这
life.
个大崩坏的结果
And
之一。
those shadows of is are results of
倒也
Great
不能这
Eruption?
么说。
It's not quite simple.
某种意义
In a way,
上
it's
其实
actually
要反过
the
来看
other way around. What do you mean? The other way around? Are we like the great arms? Oh my god!
就尽管交给我吧。
Her mother? Why the elves know humans? Her mother really wants me to pull her.
喏，看到了吗？它的全名叫做分叶定影七星灭。啊，别被它的名字绕进去了。其实功能上就是个大钉子而已，大家也都习惯叫它们七钉。
Look, can you see that? Its full name is Seven Posts of Transfixing Shadows. But don't get confused by all that. Basically, they are just a bunch of big old nails and people just call them Seven Nails for short. Seven Nails. Oh my god.
钉子？啊，难道是用来把影子定住？
The Genshin reference nails? Are they really used for pinning shadows to the ground?
这样说倒也没错，但更重要的是，咱也利用了影子的力量，定住了整个世界。
You could say that, but more importantly, we harness the power of the shadows to pin down the entire world. Huh?
你们还记得我刚才说的大崩坏吗？那是100多年前的事儿了。如果用最简单的话来讲，就是一夜之间，自己曾经熟悉的整个世界都成了梦幻泡影。
Do you remember the great eruption I mentioned earlier? That happened over 100 years ago. In the simplest terms, the whole world we knew became bubbles and shadows of its former self overnight.
哼哼，不过既然是泡影，那自然有些地方泡泡多一点，有些地方影子多一点。说到这里，你可能就猜到了。
That means some places have more bubbles, where some places have more shadows. But you can probably guess where I'm going with this.
没错，既然咱们这边影子的部分比其他地方都要多，那就要好好利用它，捍卫住大家熟悉的生活，也就是。
That's right, since we have more shadows here than anywhere else. We have to make good use of them and protect the familiar ways of life. In other words,
逆天改命。
defying fate and changing destiny. What?
所以，这里到底是怎么回事？
It sounds very convincing. So what's the deal with this place exactly?
我不是说了吗？大崩坏要毁灭世界，但我们狼丘人可不服气，所以借助了影子的力量，逆天改命。
Didn't I already cover that? The Great Eruption was going to destroy the entire world. But the Langqiu people refused to accept that, so we used the powers of the shadows to defy fate.
可我们还是不明白这个世界炮究竟是怎么回事啊？这里的确是世界炮吧？
But we still don't understand what this bubble universe is all about. Wait, we are actually in the bubble universe, right?
我明白了，你是学生。
I see. Are you a student?
你别看我们这些琥珀街的人被关了100多年，以前的世界长什么样，咱至少还有点印象。
Don't overestimate the people who live on Ember Streets. Even though we have been trapped for over 100 years, we still have some memories of what the world used to be like.
以前不是有一种叫学生的人吗？每天要到一个叫学校的地方去，好让那里各式各样的老师能回答他们的问题。
There used to be people called students, right? They would go to a place called school every day, so that various kinds of teachers could answer their questions.
哎，那些人可爱打破砂锅问到底了。
Those people were relentless in their pursuit of knowledge.
比如一年为什么有18个月，一个月为什么有37天，38天的月份又是怎么回事？还有钟表为什么用顺时针而不用逆时针？诸如此类不胜枚举。
Yeah, that's what I was thinking that they have like different counts. Like why a year has 18 months? Why a month has 37 days? How come there is a month with 38 days? Or why clocks move clockwise instead of counterclockwise? And the list go on.
啊，这么一说，寻梦者是挺喜欢提问题。那松雀老师，你能帮我们解释一下刚才的逆天改命究竟是指什么吗？
I ask myself, the month, but how many is 1 hour here? Now that you mention it, Entropy does seems to enjoy asking questions. So, Professor Langqiu, can you explain to us what you really mean when you talk about defining fate and changing destiny?
我不是都说了吗？对抗大崩坏呀，那可是会消除世间一切的大灾难。幸好咱这边的影子最擅长无中生有。
Ah, come on, I already covered this. It's about resisting the Great Eruption, which is the cataclysmic event that would eliminate everything in the world. Luckily, the shadows here are particularly skilled at creating something out of nothing. So the shadows protect you from Honkai?
虽然严格来说倒也不是，不过你们看起来也不知道影和气的关系。
That's not technically accurate, but you don't look like you know anything about the relationship between shadows and vessels. Absolutely no.
啊，
俗话说得好，百闻不如一见。
Well, as the saying goes, seeing is believing.
Huh?
I have flashbacks from Warcraft 3 from Thrall. He always spams this seeing is believing phrase. Help! I don't want to die! Oh, she just called for the shadows' help.
风景不错。哎，要出发吗？
It's fun, huh? Okay, then let's go. Activate Dreams of Lost. What is this? Dreams of Lost, an anomaly where monsters emerge, dangerous as it is if you have what it takes to tame it. There are quite a few benefits we had. However, taming shadows must be done step by step. Why not start with these weak ones? Confirm. Bring along the gadgets that gather your team. Okay, we have some side domain. Some sort of domain.
希纳迪亚，保证完成任务。这到底是什么啊？
Was it earlier? Is
光
this?
良一枕，这样说
Dream of Lost. Not many people know that name nowadays, or perhaps
是影子嗅到了我
you
的
could think of it, the
放
shadows
心，
sensing.
像刚才那种矫揉
Don't
造作
worry.
的方式，吸引不到太
The
多敌
way I
人。
activated it earlier won't attach too many enemies. In Langqiu, everything is about an equivalent
等消灭
exchange.
掉这些影中怪物，
Once
我也
we
能帮你们
eliminate those
捞到一点
monsters,
好
it
处。
will make it worth for you. Equivalent exchange. I don't need to be like we challenging shadows and the shadows do stuff for us.
走你！
Oh, now the frames are like a little bit bearable.
闪电救卫！
Achievement? We have achievements? Like extra achievements?
咻，看招！别！呜呼！呀，
Victory. Okay, it will be interesting to explore all this world. But it looks like this map is exchangeable through all the chapters. Like we will always be on this map and there is
来，
always
寻
be
梦者，借我一下你不知道
open
从哪儿
world
捡到的这个。
quests. Well done. Here, Entropy, let me borrow the things you've found from who knows where.
狼
It's
丘
from
环
you.
环，应其听之。
All the
急急如律
shadows in the great Langqiu had my commands. Heed my commands.
风景不错。
Reward obtained silence of nothingness. When installed in the gadget, it allows. Okay. Whoa, the gadget has undergone an incredible change. That's it, the great gadget of Shadow of Remnant. Shadow of Misfortune, they also need a gadget to bring out their abilities. Try this Shadow of Misfortune. Whip. Oh, I almost forgot. We need to go back. Great. Enhance. Weaken with the great caution fill the walk enemies after. Can I enhance it one more time? Equip, equip. Yeah, that's it.
出发。
Wow. Langqiu.
怎么样？有没有觉得自己变强了一点儿？
I will try to fully focus on main story during main story streams. How about it? Do you feel a little stronger?
该说有还是没有呢？
Should I say yes or not?
那肯定还是有的吧。毕竟咱狼丘的衣食住行可全都和这些影子脱不开干系。
Well, there must be some improvement. After all, everything in Langqiu is closely tied to these shadows.
具体介绍起来还蛮复杂的，不过还好，正所谓来得早不如来得巧，今天正好是为吉的日子。
It's a bit complicated to explain in details, but as the saying goes, better late than never. She does love the sayings. Today happens to be the day of the fear gathering.
啥？维基？维基？维基？
A fair gathering? Fair chattering?
是为吉，不过确实也有点谐音的要素在里面哈。我刚才应该说过，在咱狼丘，凡事都讲究一个等价交换，而为吉就是和这些影子做生意的办法。
It actually means fear gathering. Like fear being afraid. It's fear gathering. Although I can understand why you misheard it. As I mentioned earlier in Langqiu, you can beat an equivalent exchange. And the fear gathering is the way to do business with these shadows. What?
和影子做生意，影子也像人一样可以交流吗？
Doing business with shadows? Can shadows actually communicate like people?
哎，和刚才说的一样，百闻不如一见，你就别瞎猜啦。
啊
不过
As I said before, seeing is believing, so stop guessing. However,
你若想入乡随俗，那我当然不会客气啊。俗话说得好，甭管什么东西，大点儿总没错。朋友，那自然也是越多越好啊。
if you want to do as the Langqius do, then I won't hold back. As the saying goes, bigger is always better, as the saying goes. I think I like this phrase already. And when it comes to friends, the more the merrier. I also say all the time, as the saying goes, and well, yeah, we are old.
啊，真的有这种俗话吗？
Huh? Is that really how those things go?
谁知道呢？反正我那位师傅，他总这么说就是了。
Rattling. Beats me, but my master is always rattling them off regardless.
哎，不对，你先别打岔。我本来是要说，
Don't you come chiming in now? What I was going to say was...
狼丘直到今天还没变成海底遗迹，可全指着这些钉呢。 所以日常保养那是很关键的工作。
It's thanks to those nails that Langqiu is still intact today and hasn't been turned into an undersea ruins, so regular maintenance is crucial.
海底遗迹，数据之海吗？
Undersea ruins? Are you referring to the Sea of Data?
哎呀，你们知道吗？分野定影七星灭，顾名思义，一共有7个之多。100多年了，咱可是每天都要走一走，看一看。一旦发现哪一处需要保养了，就得召唤法器帮忙打理。
So you are aware of this. As the name 7 Posts of Transfixing Shadows suggests, there are a total of 7 nails. For over 100 years, we have been inspecting them on a daily basis. When we find one that needs maintenance, we summon the artifacts to help.
不过，可巧不巧，你这外地人初来乍到，竟然就捡到了宝。
But whether it be coincidental or otherwise, you, an outsider who only just arrived, happened to pick up something immensely valuable. But we did pick at it from you. Maybe you don't remember it.
就是我刚才从你手里借来的宝贝呀。
It's a treasure I borrowed from you earlier.
唉，好久不见，老朋友。这次你要和新的伙伴在一起啦。
Long time no see, old friend. This time, we will be with new companions.
这是相当贵重的东西吗？
Is this a very valuable thing?
倒也不是，与其说是法器，倒不如说是法退。
Not really. Rather than calling it an artifact, it's more like an exoskeleton. Came back. Exoskeleton.
他曾经作为我的伙伴，在几十年前帮大家打理过这个世界，而这也导致了他能量耗尽。
Decades ago, but it looks like our dream powers do see in the past decades ago, and for some reason we did get this artifact and used it, and probably her whole strength was in this artifact. It used to be my companions helping us take care of this world decades ago, but that led to the depletion of its energy.
于是，我把它埋在了影子里，心里隐隐期待着，说不定哪一天它就会焕发新生，重新和我们一起工作。
So I buried it in the shadows, hoping that one day it would be resurrected and walk with us again.
这，我们是不是把它还给你比较好？
Shouldn't we return it to you then?
因为他是你很重要的伙伴，不对吗？
It was an important companion to you, wasn't it?
不是，重要归重要，但类似的东西我可见过好几百个呢。其中最好使的那个，我一直用到了今天，只是现在恰巧没带在身上而已。
Now, while it is important, I have witnessed hundreds of others just like it. For all these years, I have simply been using whichever one works best. It's just that I don't happen to have one with me right now.
而且，既然你们凭缘分得到了自己的那一个，从那一刻开始，狼丘不就已经有了2个守护者吗？这么好的事儿，咱可别谦让啊！
And since fate has bestowed you with your own, then Langqiu has 2 guardians now. This is a magnificent opportunity to let's not be modest, okay?
啊，等等，说了半天，你是想让我们帮你打工？
Hold on. All this talk just to convince us to run errands for you?
哎，也别说那么难听嘛。付出当然有收获呀，更何况是咱这讲究等价交换的狼丘呢？
You must not put it in that way. Of course, there will be rewards for your efforts, especially Langqiu, where we believe in equivalent exchange.
来，我先帮你们列个报酬清单，自己感受一下。
Here, let me make a list of rewards for you to have a look at. Langqiu nods. What do you mean? What is it? This is cute. Read. Can't read. It's just a map.
别看我这样，可没有放松警惕啊。
It's just a map.
跑起来了，
Insufficient energy crabs.
走这边，不要掉队啊。
怎么样？如果经年累月在做这种工作，
If you were
还
to
是有点辛
spend
苦的吧
untold years trolling under
半
kind
年
of
可能还
work,
好，
6
要
months
是超
might
过一
be
年，
too
那
for
我
me.
肯
Huh?
定就不想干了。
But if it goes beyond a year, I'm definitely calling quitting.
咱可是干了100年呢。
I've been doing this for 100 years, you know. We will quit after 6 months already.
前方的敌人就尽管交给我吧。
Okay, some kind of skills. We have some
一
skills.
鼓作气，出发！啾好嘞，特
Ja.
呼！大家要跟上啊！
Hey, I know these puzzles from other games. No, it's not from other games. It is from the chapter 40. Wait, what? Wait, what? From chapter 42.
哼哼哼哼哼
Crystal cores. Crystal core energy is full, but we could not open the chest with 3 crystal cores.
跑起来了！
The materials.
大家要跟
Teleport
上
them.
啊！
Yeah, we cannot open chests with 3 crystal cores. How do I get
作
out?
气，出发！
Oh, it's mines.
大家要跟上啊！
前面好像有什么事。
Something going on up ahead. There are people.
我要跳了。
Gonna jump.
去吧，保准摔得粉身碎骨，死相极其难看。
Be my guest if you want to end your life at a splatter mark. Wait, this is.
喂，他们这是
Hey, what are they?
寻梦者，这个距离我们能接得住吗？
Entropy, can we handle this?
啊，不用管他们。
Don't worry about them.
你在胡说什么啊？这种事怎么能不管啊？
What are you talking about? We can't just ignore it.
就先听我一次吧。我们要是插手，反而挡了人家的财路。
Listen to me, just this one. If we interfere, we might ruin their little deal. Equivalent exchange? Fear fest? He has to be afraid?
说不准就变成咱们被从那里丢下去了。不信，你看，
If we do that, we will become the ones jumping. If you still have doubts, just see you for yourself.
这样应该就足够了吧？
This should be enough.
至少也够我们挨到下一次围棋了。
At least enough to last until the next fear gathering. They gathering fear? What? They actually gather fear.
看吧，咱说什么来着？
See? What did I tell you?
对外人来说是奇怪了些，但这也的确称得上是郎丘的淳朴民风。
It might seem strange to outsiders, but I suppose there could be a considerate simple folks' customs in Langqiu.
我说，这到底是怎么回事啊？
What exactly is going on here? They literally gathering fear. What?
总不能说是你们这边的人爱好很独特吧？
Is this some kind of idiosyncrasy you people have in these parts?
怎么会？你刚才见着的是人家过日子的方式。
Of course not. What you just witnessed is how they go about their lives.
人在讨生活的时候，瞧上去总是奇怪又狼狈，这不是很寻常吗？
When people are struggling to make a living, they always look stranger and miserable. What's so unusual about that?
在没有影子的地方，想必也是一样吧。
I imagine it's much the same in other places without shadow.
虽然我是没什么经验了，不过能感觉出来，这还真是个让人伤心的话题呢。
Although I don't have much expertise, I can feel that this is a sensitive topic.
寻梦者，你的老家也是这样谋生的？必须经常做各种自己不喜欢或者特别害怕的事情？
Is your hometown also like this, Entropy? Do you have to frequently do things you don't like or are afraid of in order to make a living?
难说，欧夏市好歹是有全民福利制度，当然，也完全没到想要什么就有什么的程度。
By the way, a reminder that bubble universes do have like some different loves in them, so I can see that it is possible in this bubble universe that fear, like fear's energy resource or like some currency, sort of. Hard to say. Oxia City has a universal welfare system, but wouldn't go so far as to say you can have whatever you want.
不过话说回来，刚才的两位
Then again, those two from earlier,
显然更像谋死才对。
it feel like they had some kind of death wish.
啊嗨，这个嘛，怪我，卖的关子还是太多了。
About that, that's my bad. I have built up too much suspense.
之前也说了嘛，影子最擅长的就是无中生有，咱这些本地人又常常和他等价交换。
As I mentioned before, shadows are best at creating something out of nothing, and we locals often engage in equivalent exchange with them.
和无中生有进行等价交换，
Oh, no kidding? Oh,
也就是说，你们也得有点无中生有的办法才行。
that means you also have to create something out of nothing?
你还真够灵光的，哪天要是混不下去了，咱一定拉你搭伙去街头卖艺。
Okay, I see. Yeah, you're a quick one. If one day I can't make ends meet, I will team up with you and we can make a street performing duo.
可是既然要等价交换，你们用以交易的究竟是什么呢？
But since this is about equivalent exchange, what exactly do you use to trade with them?
刚才见到的两个人，他们什么也没做，也什么都没有得到才对。
The two people we just saw did nothing and got nothing in return. What?
嗯哼，可是他们害怕了呀。
Yes, but they were afraid.
这能说明什么吗？
What does that prove?
哎，这逻辑不是很简单吗？能用来和影子做生意的，就是他们的恐惧呀，对吧？
The logic is pretty simple. What they could use to do business with the shadows was their own fear, right?
然也，
Bingo!
这究竟是什么原理？数据之海虽然能够化虚为实，也不可能完全依从他人的欲求。
What is the principle behind this? Although the sea of data can somehow turn fiction into reality, it's not a wish granted.
而且，为什么影子需要的是恐惧？
And why, of all things, do the shadows require fear? Shadows that... Yeah, like, maybe also there's some different emotions, but maybe the shadows, like, take energy or, like, feeds with a human's emotions?
这咱也说不明白了。
Well, I can't explain it either.
都知道生起火来能做饭，但咱们谁也说不清火究竟是怎么回事吧？
We all know that fire can be used for cooking, but none of us can really explain what fire actually is.
确实，也不是所有的火焰都是等离子体。
Indeed, not all flames are plasma.
看来是这个世界独有的规则，真是闻所未闻。我对数据之海的了解，果然还是太少了。
So this is the unique rule what I was speaking about. Seems like it's a unique rule in this world. That is well and truly unheard of. I guess my understanding of the Sea of Data is still rather limited.
虽然因为不合常理，我反而能更快理解啦。
Though its logical nature actually makes it easier for me to grasp.
但仔细一想，这也太地狱了一点吧。
If you think about it, it's all a bit nightmarish, don't you think?
想要讨生活，就得一直担惊受怕。
To have to constantly live in fear in order to get by?
嗨，不都一样吗？就算放在以前还没有大崩坏，狼丘也没有分出来的时代，人想要得到什么，那也不容易啊。
But isn't it the same everywhere? Even in the era before the Great Eruption, before Langqiu was split, it wasn't easy for people to get what they wanted. And I guess they call Langqiu like every bubble universe is like part of Langqiu.
都说吃得苦中苦，方为人上人。只是时不时担惊受怕一下，对大家来说，作为过上好日子的代价，倒也公平。嘿嘿，虽然我肯定更喜欢不劳而获就是啦。
I love her voice actress. No pain, no gain, as they say. Isn't the occasional wave of fear and anxiety a decent price to pay for a better life? Having said that, I would certainly prefer getting things without having to work for them.
分出来，狼丘。
Split, Langqiu.
奇怪，无论哪一次听到都觉得很耳熟，到底是在哪里？
Strange how those words always sound so familiar whenever I hear them. Where are they from?
对了，没记错的话，之前你说过，自己上一次见到外来者已经是100多年以前了。
That's it. You mentioned before how the last time you saw an outsider was over 100 years ago.
你不会是想说自己已经几百岁了吧？
You're not trying to say that you are hundreds of years old, aren't you? Yeah, 100 of years old lady.
这我倒是不强求。嘿，16岁也行。
I'm not particularly insisted on that point. I'm fine with being 16.
这么灵活？
What's a flexible age range?
哎呀，因为哪有你这么问的嘛？女人都这样，我就算活了1000年，现在也16岁。
No one has ever inquired as for my age. Even if I have lived for 1,000 years, I'm forever 16 in my mind.
怎么突然提起这个来了？我还以为你们早就见惯了呢。
Why you bring this up all of a sudden? I thought you were used to it by now.
这么说来，难道我是来到了一个人们已经征服了生老病死的世界？
So does that means I have entered a world where people have conquered death?
那倒也没有，或者说能遇到我，你运气当真不错。
Not exactly. Maybe you're just lucky to have met me.
别看我现在没什么本事，但在这小小的一方世界里，咱的确也算个稀有物种。
Don't be fooled by my lack of abilities at the moment. In this small world, I'm a rare species.
当然，也可以说，我只是比他们更害怕罢了。
Of course, one could also say I just hold more fear than they do.
啊，跑题了，前面就是琥珀街，我们倒也没必要在这荒郊野岭耽搁太久。怎么样？大家一鼓作气，继续出发。
But we are getting off of track. Amber Street is up ahead. We mustn't linger in this wildness for too long. So how about it, everyone? Shall we process? Чува-чува? Head to Amber Street immediately. Yes.
这什么样的冒险呢？
Exploration later. More exploration for exploration impact. Meanwhile, in a dark room. Though negligible in numbers, all those who had set foot in this dark space would concede that it was cramped, oppressive, and exuded an ancient sort of putrefaction. But it was precisely in this kind of place that people often develop the illusion that they were confronting the abyss. Just as someone in a certain civilization once said. Though I am confined within a nutshell, I regard myself as a king of infinite space. The shadow cast by the wheel of fortune might be displaced by light, but they would never be reduced to nothingness for no reason. She didn't awake from a long slumber. On the contrary, she had long enjoyed eternal sobriety. Having spent an entirety in this state, what was one called reality has now become still waters for the tendril that constitute her perception. All this time, she has been sitting here, waiting to hear the sound of a certain object shattering beyond repair. But at this moment, a faint glimmer unexpectedly reaches the deeps of the dark, deep lake that was her heart.
哎呀，很好。
Ah, very good. Muttering vague words of approval, the figure in the shadow remained wrapped in distant memories.
我原以为自己要做的事简单至极，甚至不值得反复思虑。
I thought that what I had to do was extremely simple, something not even worth pondering over.
但或许这个世界有机会。
But perhaps in this world, there is a chance.
让真正的星星俯首降心，然后
To make the real stars lower their heads and then
比肩诸神。
stand shoulder to shoulder with the gods? However, before deciding to change her strategy, she had to find a reason of some kind to motivate herself. After a long while, who is this? What is happening? I have so many questions in this part. I don't understand.
哦，我想到了。
Ah, I got it. Where we are. Why do I feel like I play old PS3 games?
欢迎来到琥珀街。
Welcome to Amber Street.
别看现在不怎么热闹，想当初这里还能被称作景点的时候，名头可响着呢。
Don't be fooled how quiet things are right now. Back in the days, it had the reputation of a tourist attraction.
忘记问了，肚子饿吗？要不要带你们去吃点东西？
Oh, I forgot to ask. Are you hungry? Should I grab you something to eat?
我也很久没有进过地主之谊啦，咱这里的风味可是相当地道，放在其他什么地方，那可能都是失传的手艺。
It's been many a moon since I have played the role of a host. The favors here are authentic. A craft that's probably lost in other places. A lost craft?
当然啦，看到那边的招牌没？
See that sign over there?
当初要不是几位累世单传的大师傅一起留在了这边，这些手艺可就要绝迹了。
A few master chefs have been passing down their crafts for generations. If it were not for them, those dishes would have died out long ago.
在外面准能说一句别无分号，保证你们没尝过。
I guarantee you have never tasted anything like those delicatessen. Ah, she looks so great. Oh, just one pull.
在此之前，我们还是先向附近的人打听一下克拉丽和赫利亚的消息吧。
Before that, let's ask around about the whereabouts of Coralie and Helia.
哦，你想让他俩也尝尝？
Oh, you want them to have a taste too? Well, you kind of want to find them first, place.
如果从找到人了才能一起吃饭的角度来说，倒也没错。
I mean, it would be nice to have a meal together, so you are not totally off base.
嗨，那好说，横竖我也要四处跑跑。
Then I did notice someone. Alright then, no problem, I will go ask around.
是维吉的事情吗？
What is about the Fate Gathering?
维吉可不是什么天天都见得着的事儿，我得先去通知那些消息不灵通的家伙
Of
才
the
行。
fear. Yeah, the Fear Gathering is not something you see every day. First and foremost, I need to fill those clueless folks in.
正好，顺便帮你们打听打听朋友的下落，两边都不耽误。哎呀，你们人生地不熟的，就这么被丢在这里，我也放不下心呀。
While I'm on it, I can also inquire about your friends. Anyway, I can't just leave you here. Not when you are so unfamiliar with the place.
看起来也只能这样了。希娜，你觉得？
I guess we have not much options. Sena, you would? Oh. What are you trying to do, Sena? We don't have money with us.
好吧。不过，松雀小姐，之后我也想找你聊一聊如何回去的事。
Alright, but once we are done, Miss Langqiu, I also want to talk to you about how to go back.
毕竟一直停留在这里，还是会让其他人为我担心。
If I were to stay here for eternity, I would distress others.
回去呀，
I understand.
成。不过丑话说在前面，要是知道该怎么办，那咱也早就不在这儿了。
But let me be clear. If I knew precisely what to do, we would not be here in the first place.
当然啦，相逢就是缘嘛，能帮得上的，
哦
咱一定尽力。
Of course, she's so cute. Of course, we are all friends here. If there's anything I can help with, I will do my utmost. Ask about Coralie and Helia. Oh, Sena.
要去哪里呢？
Sena?
幸福的风
An idea?
也是知觉的一部分。
说到找人，
Speaking of
不应
finding
该分
people,
头行动更有
shouldn't
效率吗？
it be more efficient to split up?
你只是一时兴起，
You're
再看
just
自己
being
感兴趣的东
impulsive
西而已
and
吧
chasing after whatever captures your fancy. Sena. How are you? By the way, why the light is so bright here?
逛逛街吧。 好像只有我总是被路边的猫咪碰瓷。
Familiar looking
好
man.
久不见啊，叔，您得有一阵子没参加过围棋了吧？
Long time no see, Uncle. It's been a while since you last attended to Fear Gathering.
这次的就快开始了，不管用不用得上，总还是背这些更好。
Holy, he does not look great. Like have he looks really exhausted. It's about to start up again. Whether you will need it or not, it's better to be prepared, wouldn't you say?
是啊，和这东西斗了一辈子，要是有的选，倒也不想他依赖它。
True, indeed. I have been fighting against this thing my whole life. If I had my druthers, I would not rely on it so much.
瞧你说的，现在不也挺好的吗？
Things do seems to be going pretty well, though, don't they?
有时候学学咱也不赖。要说跌落谷底，恐怕没人比咱还合适了吧？
You would do well to learn from me. No one's a more sobering example of hitting rock bottom that I am.
因为当初你也并未真正身处其中。
That's because back then you were not truly in the thick of it.
而我是在灯熄灭后，才的确成为了一个无用之人。
While I become utterly useless once the light was extinguished.
也别这么说嘛。
Oh, don't say that.
哎，好了，不提过去的伤心事了。这次的围棋算您一个。
Come now, let's not dwell on past sorrows. Are you joining the Fear Gathering this time?
算上我吧。不过，我心中的确不剩多少恐惧就是了。
Count me in, but I must tell you, there's not much fear left in my heart.
嗨，反正您这生意也维持得住，就当未雨绸缪呗。
Well, since your business here is still flourishing, it's always a good idea to be prepared for the future.
啊，对了，您在这附近有见着外乡人吗？
By the way, have you seen any outsiders around here?
啊，这里怎么可能出现外乡人？没见过，没见过。
Huh? I haven't seen any. How could there be outsiders here anyway?
我现在很少四处溜达不假，你可别一惊一乍的来骗我呀。
I don't do much wandering these days. You are not playing some kind of tricks on me, aren't you?
哎呀，这回真没骗您。不过具体的事儿咱也没弄明白，兴许是搞错了呢。没事儿，咱再去其他地方打听打听。
Yeah, I'm telling you the truth. To be fair, I haven't figured out the specifics myself. Maybe there was a mistake. It's alright. Let's go somewhere else and ask around.
刚才那位是你的熟人？
Is that man an acquaintance of yours?
嗨，琥珀街这地界儿哪有咱不熟的？
There's no one in Amber Streets I don't know.
但别看咱逢人都喊句叔叔婶婶，只有这位才货真价实，算是咱的长辈。
I know that I refer to everyone here affectionately as aunt and uncle, but he is the only one that actually counts as my elder. Oh,
你是说他也和你一样活了几百年吗？
you mean he is lived for as long as you have?
至少150年吧。哎，当然这种人不多就是了，不然郎丘早就得人满为患喽。
At least for 150 years. Of course, there are not many like him, otherwise Langqiu would be overrun with people.
但据说他和咱不一样，是用了什么代价不菲的技术。
But he's different from us. Rumors are that he used some costly techniques to extend his lifespan.
具体怎么回事儿，咱就也不清楚了。再怎么说也不是一个路子嘛。
I don't know the details, though. His path and mine diverge at a certain point anyway.
哎呀，扯远了。既然他不知道外乡人的事儿，咱还是去别的地方打听打听吧。
But I digress. Since we don't know anything about the outsiders, let's try somewhere else. Oh, we can try somewhere else. I'm scared of anything.
松雀姐，
松雀
松雀大师，
Master Songchu?
轻抚的风也是知觉的一部分。
Where it go? By the way, let's check out the dude. Look how exhausted he looks like. Holy. His eyes was a dead zone. It was told about.
有时候
actually-
也想去一些奇奇怪怪的地
Why
方。
does the dead zone exist?
需第二
Anyway.
天要交作业，对于
Emily?
外面
还这么见外呀？怎么了？
Come now, not need to be a stranger. What do you want?
没什么，就是想问问维吉的事情。
It's nothing, but I just wanted to ask about the fear gathering.
家里的东西已经有点不够用了。
Supplies are running a bit low at home.
要不说赶早不如赶巧呢。就今天啦，别急。
Huh, well, you are in luck, my friend. Since you meet me as today.
太好了，
It's great, but the girl seems hesitate to speak.
你家还有别的麻烦？
What is it? Are you having other troubles?
也没有啦，就是
No,
就是
not really. It's just.
松雀大师，可不可以再去劝劝爸爸？
Master Songchu, can you talk with my father again? What is happening? Ooh, about what?
哦，叔叔他还是不愿意用从维吉得到的物件啊。
Is he still refusing to use items obtained from their fear gathering? Is this like, man, this father looks like he's older than any of you.
再这样下去，他会不会饿死啊？
Yes, if things continue like this, I'm afraid he might starve.
这样啊，
I see.
也就是说，他还是在琥珀街外面守着自己的那亩地，非得自食其力不可。
Is he still living outside Amber Streets on that plot of land he has? Self-sufficiency and all that?
妈妈总是在劝他，可是
Yeah, Mom always tries to dissuade him from staying there, but
成，放心吧，咱会去再看看的。别怕，说服别人那是咱的看家本事。
don't worry, I will go take another look. Don't be afraid. Persuading others is my forte.
好奇怪啊，松雀大师，
But it's so strange, I mean...
我真的很害怕爸爸死掉，但是
I'm really afraid of my father dying, but... Okay, you are afraid and we are on a fear gathering.
如果我知道他不会死，是不是就没办法参加危机了？那样的话，我和爸爸还是会。
If I knew he wouldn't die, would I not be able to attend to fear gathering? If that were the case, my father and I would both...
我有点不知道自己应该怎么想了。
I'm a bit of confused about how I should feel. What do you mean? You are fear gathering and... Wow, what So the father does it like extra so his daughter will survive and get more from the fear gathering because she has so much fear? This is messed up!
这
Wow. The girl paused for a moment. Although the reasoning she was about to blurt out was valid, perhaps she felt it wouldn't be very confirming.
没事儿。除此以外，以后会让你害怕的事情还多着呢。
It's okay. Besides, in the future, there will be plenty of other things to instill fear in you.
比如说，琥珀街来了一群可怕的外乡人。
That's us. Don't do it like this. Like a group of terrifying outsiders coming to Ember Street.
外乡人吗？我们这里
Outsiders? Outsiders here?
可怕吧？一切都会好起来的。
Scary, right? But everything will be fine.
对不住啦，那孩子看起来不大好，就多嘱咐了他几句。
Sorry about that. That little lady wasn't looking too well, so I had to give her some advice.
没关系，她看起来的确有很多苦衷。
It's okay. She did seems to have a lot on her mind.
不过从你们刚才的说法来看，所谓的危急，该不会是
？But based on what you just said, this fear gathering, could it be?
就是用自己的恐惧和影子做生意，所以那孩子才会害怕自己没有可恐惧的东西。
It's doing business with shadows that consumes your own fear. That's why the little girl is afraid for not having anything to be afraid of. Oh my god, it's so messed up concept with you actually have to be afraid to get things.
咱之前也说过吧，讨生活哪有心甘情愿的？
I have mentioned before, haven't I? Making a living is never an easy thing.
不过话说回来，事事都恐惧，那也没法过日子。
But on the other hand, if you fear everything, you can't live your life either.
一切都会好起来。咱以前过苦日子的时候，别人就是这么安慰咱的。
When I was going through tough times before, everyone would always comfort me and tell me that everything would be alright.
艾米丽，等她长大后，说不准也会这样去安慰别人。
When Emily grows up, she might confirm others in the same way.
咱今天怎么总是扯些无关紧要的？哼，还是先走着吧。处在这里也做不了任何事嘛。
Yes, why do I keep plattering about trivial matters today? Because you're like old lady, right? Let's keep going. Standing here won't get us anywhere.
那家伙果然开张了吗？
So that guy is
正好
actually open for
他的消息
business.
可灵通得
Perfect.
很。
He's always well informed.
轻浮的风，也是知觉的一部分。
哎呀，咱就知道你最会挑时候。又开张啦！
Hey, I knew you would pick the right moment. Open again?
哪里？这不是靠您的本事才能混口饭吃，可别取笑我了。
Well, it's not like I can make a living without your skills, can I? Don't have to rub it in.
在下也并非什么黑心掮客呀。
You make it more sounds like I am some kind of heartless middleman.
哼哼，我也听他们说过，你就是对一出大戏偏执了些，价格还是很公道的。
I have heard them say that you are obsessed with making a big show of things, but I must say, your prices are fair.
当然，越是投机取巧，越不能引人记恨呐。
Naturally, the more opportunistic you are, the less you want to be resented.
这也是向大师您学来的呀。
That's something I pick up from master.
得， 也就只有你还会对我说这些恭维话了。
Alright. You always knew how to flatter me, by the way, he said, you master, like referring to Langqiu.
对了，有在琥珀街见到什么生面孔吗？算是我的客人，但似乎是走丢了。
By the way, have you seen any new faces in Amber Street? You could say that they are guests of mine, but it seems they have gotten turned around.
生面孔，那倒不见得有。
Can't say I have.
不过抢生意的人嘛，那就……
But I have noticed a few new competitors.
抢生意？
Competitors?
破天荒头一遭，说是有2位姑娘在附近支了个流动摊位。
Yeah, for the first time ever, 2 girls set up a mobile stand nearby. 2 girls?
而且和我一样，是做些为他人的恐惧添水施肥之类的买卖。
Just like me, their business is nurturing people's fears.
啊，有这种事啊？
How interesting.
真有，不过想必他们倒也听过在下的威名，行事颇为谨慎。
That it is, but I'm guessing they must have heard about my reputation, as they have been acting quite cautious around me.
在下一心想要捧场，却从来没在附近见着过。
I have been eager to show my support, but I have never seen them around.
行啦，你这性子还真是一点没变，又阴阳怪气起来了。
Alright, that's enough. Your personality hasn't changed one bit. Sardonic and caustic in equal measures.
成，这事儿咱帮你办妥。只是，你要是比咱先一步见着他们，可不许找他们麻烦。
Alright, I will take care of this for you. Just remember, if you happen to find them before me, don't give them any troubles. I think that
这又
is
是
who we're searching. And what is this?
哦，咱狼丘除了衣食和野外的怪物，倒也没什么值得担惊受怕的。
Oh, in Langqiu, apart from the basic necessaries and the monsters in the wilderness, there's not all that much to worry about.
到了危急的时候，总有街坊拿不出什么恐惧来做生意。
When it comes to doing business with the fear gathering, some are bound to not have any fear to bother with.
所以，也就有了他这种人啦。
That's why we have people like him. He makes fear. He makes like he gives people some fear.
他会想方设法让人们感到害怕，然后等危急之后再从中抽成。
He will go the great lengths to scare people, and after the fear gathering ends, he takes a cut.
难怪他说自己是投机取巧。
No wonder he claims to be opportunistic.
倒也不尽然。比起不劳而获，他其实对琢磨手段更感兴趣。如果你们要在咱这里住一段时间，兴许还要和他打交道呢。不过言归正传。
But not entirely. He is actually more interested in figuring out the why and the how behind all this that he lets on. If you are getting to stay here for a while, you might have to deal with him. But back to the topic.
怎么说？你们要找的朋友，有可能是他讲的2位姑娘吗？
What do you think? Could your friend possibly be the 2 girls he mentioned? Probably.
倒是有可能。
Indeed, that's possible.
那就得嘞。走走走，看大家的样子，危急的正式开场也推迟不了多久，咱得尽早把手上的要紧事了了才行。
Well then, let's go. Judging by how everyone been doing, the official start of the fear gathering won't be delayed much longer. I need to take care of some important business as soon as possible.
山巅一寺一壶酒。
Oh, who is this
后面是
cute
什么来
lady?
着？对于外面的世界来说，世界炮或许也只是一个盆景。
放心吧
what
你是 A 级女武神，做这种事还不是小菜一碟。
Don't worry, you are a rank Valkyria. This kind of thing is a walk in the park for you.
可是克拉丽，比起能不能做到，我们更应该考虑应不应该做才对吧？
But Coralie, rather than thinking about whether we can do it, shouldn't we be thinking about what we should, if we should do it?
克拉丽、赫利亚，你们这是？
Coralie, Helia, why are you enjoying yourself?
寻梦者。
Entropy?
哟，来生意了，赫利亚。
Hey there, we have a customer here, Helia.
哎，你怎么还当起真来了？
Hey, why are you taking this so seriously?
显而易见，免费的飞刀挑战。
Feast your eyes, a knife throwing challenge. Free of charge.
他会站在那块板子面前，你想怎么丢就怎么丢。唯一的要求，
Oh my god. We were searching for you guys. We were attacked by some shadow monster. You will be here like playing silly and stuff. She will stand in front of that board and you can throw the knives however you see fit. The only requirement is
你必须先把眼睛蒙上。
you have to blindfold yourself first.
别听他胡说八道了，你没事就好，寻梦者。
Don't listen to her. I'm glad you are okay, Entropy.
你也有遇到那些和影子有关的怪物吗？
Have you also encountered some weird shadow beasts? Also, okay, yeah.
一开始的时候的确被缠住了，
I got into a scrap with them in the beginning, yes.
还好遇到了我身边的这位朋友，当然也找到了希娜，所以没什么大碍。啊，也是他把我们带到琥珀街来的。
Fortunately, I became acquainted with this young woman here and, as you can see, found Senna. So it wasn't a big deal. She is the one who brought us to Amber Street.
朋友，
Acquaintance? Acquaintance?
哈哈哈，不用见外，叫咱松雀就成。
No need to be so formal. Just call me Sangchu.
两位看着还真是气度不凡呐，当差的地方想必不一般吧？
You do have an air of exchange. I imagine the place where you work must be impressive.
赫利亚的 A 级女武神经验很丰富。
Yeah, Helia's experience as an air rank Valkyrie is quite extensive. For whatever reason, she accentuated the air rank. So she made like, yeah, Helia's experience as an A rank Valkyrie is quite extensive.
克拉丽，算了，
Crowley. Never mind.
这么说来，希纳迪亚呢？你们不是说找到她了吗？
Speaking of which, what about Senadia? Didn't you say you found her?
话虽如此，
We did, but
我们怎么两个？ The girl grunted as she squeezed through the crowd and approached the small stall.
要不你先咽下去再说。
Perhaps you should consider swallowing before speaking. Unlike when they were separated earlier, the girl was now carrying an assortment of food in her arms, and she was struggling to chew with puffed cheeks. By the way, for what money did you buy it?
果然是你们啊！
Oh. Oh, it's really you.
我刚刚听人说这边有个小矮子在做生意，结果还真没错。
I just heard there was a little person doing business over here, and turns out they were not lying. Carly, is it you? By the way, Carly do have ears, like animal ears, and a tail, right?
很好，我们绝交吧。
Great, we are not friends anymore.
克拉丽的幽默感果然很与众不同呢。
Carly certainly has a unique sense of humor now. You really cannot tell when Carly makes humor, or not?
希娜，你怀里这些都是从哪儿来的？
Lena, where did you get all that stuff you are carrying?
别人送我的呀，大概因为我招人喜欢。
Other people gave them to me. I guess it's because I'm so adorable. Her behaving reminds me so much on Illusia every time.
哦，对了，你们本来是在玩什么啊？看着挺有趣的嘛。
By the way, what are you guys playing? Looks like fun.
显而易见，免费的飞。
Feast your eyes. Acknowledge.
够了，别再重复一遍了。
Can it? None of us wanted to hear that second time.
无论如何，大家重新会合，精神也还不错，这比什么都强。
Anyway, everyone is reunited and it's in a good spirit. And that's the most important thing.
山重水复，皆大欢喜，恭喜各位啦！
All well that ends well.
不过，要是咱准备扫兴的话，是不是就得趁现在啦？不然等下要被怪罪了。
I hate to be a party pooper, but now is probably the time to be one. Otherwise, I will be blamed later.
倒也没什么大事儿，就是得失陪一下。
It's not a big deal though, I just need to excuse myself for a while.
如前所说，咱也得为了危急做些准备，再耽误下去可了不得。
As I mentioned before, I also need to prepare for the fear gathering. I can't delay any longer.
就是还没来得及招待你们，千万别见怪啊！
I apologize for not being able to entertain you properly. Please don't take us on offense.
别客气啊，你带着我们认了这么多路，我们道谢还来不及呢。
No need to be so formal. You have guided us through this journey, and we haven't even thanked you properly yet.
哎，总归是招待不周嘛。
Still, it's not exactly my definition of hospitality.
成，那你们正好叙旧，我去就回。
Alright then, you guys do your thing. I will be right back. After making a strange gesture, the girl bounced off with her usual overflowing energy. A new team member joined the team. Line up. Big team added. File. Confirm team. Okay, this is nice. I will give you a loyalty.
你们已经这么要好了吗？
You guys got pretty charm in no time.
人家好客，礼尚往来嘛。所以，你们两个这是怎么回事啊？这么快就开始在这边做生意了？
People are kind to those who treat them kindly. So what's the deal with you two? You are barely been here, and you're already starting a business?
准确来说，这的确也属于科学考察。
Strictly speaking, this falls under the umbrella of scientific research.
被卷进来之后，我和克拉丽很快就会合了。我们之间的通讯器在这里也能使用，算是意外之喜。
After being sucked in, Coralie and I quickly reunited. All communicator work here too, so that was a pleasant surprise.
于是，在确认了这里作为世界炮的性质后，我们开始在附近勘测生命信号，试着找到你们。
After confirming that this is a bubble universe, we started searching for any signs of life nearby, trying to find you.
没想到，却误打误撞来到了这里。
Eventually, by sheer happenstance, we stumbled upon this place.
当地的居民还算友善，而且对世界炮之外的旅客似乎也并不惊讶，所以克拉丽想对这里进行一定程度的考察。
The locators are friendly enough that they don't seem surprised by travels from outsiders the bubble universe. So Coralie wants to conduct some research here.
对考察工作来说，意外也是计划的一部分。
When it comes to research, even happy accidents can be part of the plan.
还记得那些把我们卷入其中的黑色物质吗？在这里，它是一种近似于货币的存在。
Remember that black substance that pulled us in? Here it operates as some form of currency. By the way, remember the dog that summoned us here? He was really afraid from his look. Don't tell me that the dog used like fear as currency to pull us here.
据说，通过一种被称为维吉的仪式，人们的恐惧会由一个神神秘秘的家伙加以回收。
It is said that through a ritual called the Fear Gathering, a mysterious being collects people's fears.
而在仪式结束之后，他们就能够应有尽有。
After the ritual is over, those who partook will have everything they could ever want.
似乎是这样。
Yeah, that's what we have been told.
所以，克拉丽提议先参与到他们的日常生活里，收集一些恐惧来试试看，也就是你们见到的这个摊位。
So Coralie suggested getting involved in their daily lives and gather some ideas to see how it works. That's how this stall you see before you came to be.
那成果怎么样？
And how is the business running?
很顺利。这种飞刀对赫利亚来说毫无威胁，想躲过去轻而易举。但居民们当然不知道地球的女武神有这么厉害。
It's going. Those throwing knives pose no threat to Helia. She can easily dodge them, but the residents here don't know that.
所以在尝试投掷的时候，他们还是吓得双手发抖，没有一个敢真的出手。
Whenever they walk up to throw the knives, they start shaking like a leaf and refuse to actually throw any of them.
你们很有商业头脑嘛。
You two have a real crack for business.
倒也没什么用，毕竟不是我们自己的恐惧。想要真正见到结果，还是得等到危机开始才行。
Not quite. The usefulness of this endeavor is somewhat limited. After all, it's not our own fear we are building up. To see real results, we will have to wait for the fear gathering to begin.
所以，你们打听过那个进行围棋的人吗？
Have you asked about who conducts the fear gathering?
问过，但没什么参考价值。
We did, but hasn't turned up much.
提到这个话题，我们遇到的人总会带上一种很难形容的神情。
Yeah, whenever we bring it up, everyone shows this weird look.
说是讨厌又太轻，说是憎恶又太重。
To say it's irritation would be an understatement, but to say it's hatred would be the opposite.
那他们是怎么形容的？
How do they describe it then?
如同一座魔山那样，肥胖而又泥泞。
Like a wicked mountain, fat and muddy. Huh?
如同一只狐狸那样，狡诈而又恶毒。
Like a slippery fox, cunning and vicious.
啊？
怎么了吗？
What's so funny?
那他现在减肥还挺成功的嘛。
Sounds like she must have undergone quite a weight loss regimen.
你见过？
Have you seen her before?
那当然了，你明明也见过嘛。
Of course, you have seen her too. Too?
朝云不归山，淋雨成川泽， 狐白足于冬，延年无一客。魔山和狐狸不都齐了？走走走，我们直接去找他。
Okay, she thought about this old saying that I will not repeat again about the harsh winters and clothes and foxes. Both the mountain and fox are here. Come on, let's go find her. Okay, I think this is a great moment to stop. And we will see the gathering later on with Langqiu. But it was a very relaxing part, to be honest, because we just meet the people in the city. We meet some... It actually didn't happen a bunch. We just learned a lot about the fear gathering and how the people here have an equivalent exchange. Like the fear goes as a currency. So I think the real meat will be on the next part. But as for right now, thank you for watching, listening. I wish you a great day, night, afternoon, and see you in part 3.